Hey guys, this is John Jones. Honored to have Beth Smith, the Executive Director with Habitat for Humanity, which is a fabulous nonprofit organization, international organization that we are lucky to have just an unbelievable chapter here in Rutherford County. And Beth runs the show. Thanks for being with us.
Thanks for having me.
The first question I have is, obviously, I think most of us know out there that homeownership is such a vital component to people's lives. We've seen all kinds of studies where the sense of pride of owning a home is carried over to the kids, and people just do so much better with stability and parental support inside of owning a home. So we know it's important. I think there's probably a misconception out there, or not a really good understanding of what Habitat actually does for people in home ownership. So give me kind of a brief thing of what Habitat does for folks.
Okay. Well, there are a lot of misconceptions about Habitat, and the biggest one is that we give the houses away.
Free houses, right?
Free houses, and the families don't pay for them. And in fact, that's not what we do. The family is deeded the home. They make a monthly mortgage payment.
Great.
And they pay that to us. The biggest difference, and really probably one of the only differences, is we don't charge interest.
Right.
So it's an interest-free loan, and it just really gives them the opportunity to take a step that they wouldn't have been able to afford with a conventional mortgage. And it puts them on the track to be more stable and to provide more for their family.
Well, I was going to ask you to give me an example of maybe a neat story of somebody you've helped. And, we were talking earlier. So tell the audience about this person that y'all are, in fact, you're on home. What number right now?
113.
113 people that this organization has helped right here in Rutherford County. But this particular family, they were, tell a little bit about them, immigrants to...
Yes, actually the husband and wife came over from Africa and wanted to start a life over here. She worked while he went to school. They ended up having 3 children.
Right.
He ended up getting his degree, went on to get his master's,
Right.
got a really good job,
Right.
and then left. Deserted the family. And there she was left with the children, not speaking great English. She did speak some, but couldn't afford to go back to where she was. And so she had to just really take over both roles of the family, get a job, and she has a very stable job. She's been there for many years now.
And a very good person, it sounds like.
Very good person.
Very sweet person.
Just very humble and very sweet, and just very excited about the experience and excited to be able to be a homeowner and provide that for her children.
That's awesome.
And so it's like that with just every family. Every family has a great story.
There's a story. Now, how much time do they actually have? I know that they have to go through classes. They have to learn about home ownership and how to make utility payments and home maintenance and things like that. How many? But they also actually put in some sweat equity. How many hours do y'all require that they be involved with the home?
They have to work at least 300 hours of sweat equity if there's one adult in the family. If there's 2 adults, it's 400 hours.
Wow.
And if you think about it and break it down, if you work a 40-hour work week and then you think about working 300 or 400 more hours, that's a lot of time. And the average amount of time to work through the program is about 1.5 years.
So there's really a sense they've got skin in the game, so to speak.
They've got definite skin in the game.
To me, that would make the home even more special.
It does. And the financial classes really help them also on 2 degrees because they learn about budgeting and how to save for the future and how to avoid predatory lending. A lot of things they've fallen prey to before. But also they build a sense of community there because they're people they're going to class with, or a lot of them going to be neighbors. So they're going on and building those relationships and getting to know their neighbors. And I have had families tell me before, nobody's really cared about me before and cared about my welfare. And that's hard to hear when you come from a background where you can't imagine that. And to know that Habitat is able to provide that and help people through that process is just a very rewarding thing.
Well, I'm sure it is. And I know, like, with any nonprofit, there's always challenges.
Absolutely.
There's always challenges.
Absolutely.
And, but when you get to see those smiles, I was lucky enough to be at one of the dedications a couple years ago, and there was 4 families involved. And I walked away there just teary-eyed, and just because it was such a special day. All right, how can people out there? Well, before I go there, what are some of your biggest challenges right now with Habitat?
Okay, well, land is always a challenge. Affordable land,
Right.
I would say, and money for construction for the homes.
Sure.
Are our biggest challenges.
So if people want to help you, where are some ways people can get involved with Habitat? Because I think a lot of people would love to get involved.
There are lots of ways. Some of them don't cost anything. You can always come out and volunteer. Call our office and get set up for that. You don't have to be skilled. Very few of our volunteers are skilled.
Is there a certain
but we have a
age?
skilled
Is there
16.
16, okay.
But we have skilled construction staff that are always out there. So volunteering, donating things to the Restore.
Right. And the Restore is a store that is on Mercury, and it basically all the proceeds or profits from that store go back to help fund our chapter here,
Right.
correct?
Right,
And
exactly.
you can get some cool things, some good buys.
Very cool.
Most of the things have to do with components to a home.
Right. Anything from sinks, lighting, rugs,
Right.
anything, flooring. So donating things to the Restore. Also, donating money.
Right.
You know, you can never overlook the importance of that.
I know yes, I'll go ahead and say that. Money, if anybody out there is so led to write a check, they will gladly accept it, and about every dollar is going to help this
Goes
chapter
to construction,
and
yeah.
construction and here in Rutherford County, and that is a huge component
We're
to
very,
this
very
thing.
proud to be able to say that.
Right, that's awesome. Well, y'all have helped 100 on your 113th family here in Rutherford County, and I will say this too: a lot of people have this, I think, and I had for years, misconception that these little houses are just little institutionalized houses that you might see in a
Cracker box.
are they something you would see in a housing authority or a project type area? They're not. You wouldn't even know if you drive down the street. They are cute. They are coming up with better designs every year. I've seen you doing a little craftsman style. I mean, in fact, some of them I think look a lot better than some of the new construction homes going up today.
We have brick fronts.
Brick fronts.
And, they're really nice. And another thing is we are Energy Star.
Yeah.
All of our houses are built to Energy Star standards, green standards.
Awesome.
So you're going to get a lot better utility costs, and this helps the family tremendously too, because they're usually coming from a place where their electric bills just soar because of insulation and things like that.
Keeps that cost down.
So yeah.
Well, cool deal.
We want to set them up to succeed.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I love what you do. Thanks for
Appreciate
doing it.
Thank you very much.
Because you're a
for
talented
having us
lady,
here.
and there's probably ways that you could make more money in the real world, but you do what your passion is.
This is my
That's
passion.
very important. That makes a
I'm-
huge impact on our
I'm blessed.
society.
I'm very blessed to be at
Well,
Habitat.
we're glad
so
to
y'all
have
come
you.
See us.
We're lucky, and on the screen, obviously, you can see our website if you want to reach out to them, and also the phone number if you want to reach out. Please do it. It's a worthy cause, and something that would be great for you to be involved with.